Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and today we're going to do 2 months worth of coloring pages because I didn't do one in December. I think because I did like my year-end review, so I just reviewed a lot of the pages. So I'm going to start with this month, with January, and then I'll move into the December pages. That way, you know, you get to see the new ones first. Okay, so let me set these off to the side. First up, we have an untouched book. This is Jewelry Box by Hannah Carlson. Now, if you've been on the channel, you know I made my own homemade watercolors, and I wanted to try them out, and I had also bought some of the Bougie Lasalinka. Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, I wanted to try them out on this page. I thought it would be really pretty. And y'all, I wish I could show you just how fantastic this really looks. It is shimmery, shiny, amazing. So here I turned out the light and I'm using a flashlight so you could see like the glittery part, because otherwise it's just flashy and you don't get the like shimmery part. So I hope you found that helpful. So in the background on this page, I used Lafranc Flash. It is an emulsion vinyl paint. It is super matte. And I think that part turned out really lovely. This part was a hot mess. As you can see, what happened was when I was coloring the background, I forgot that I wasn't going to be coloring this part and colored that part. And then I had to try and cover the black with white. And y'all know how well that goes, right? And so that was 14 different attempts to get that covered. And then it started getting kind of lumpy. And, oh, it was a mess. But you know what? You can't, what's that phrase? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So I like how the rest of the page turned out. I really do wish you could see just how sparkly and shiny it is, but I love it. Okay, next up is fairy tales. Now, I did 2 in here. This one I colored with the Zig brush markers, and I did an actual kind of like a tutorial of different ways, and I showed little snippets of me coloring this page, and I really enjoy how it turned out. You can see the difference here. This is done with colored pencil, but they're both beautiful and vibrant. This one took me far less time just because it really is kind of a faster process. So I am loving using the zigs. And you can see it did not bleed through at all. With the exception of up here, there is some ghosting, which was totally operator error. And then I also did this page. I told you I loved these zigs. I did this one entirely with zigs. No colored pencil. I don't even know. I didn't even put any white on it. So it is literally just Zig brush markers. So you can see I was able to get a little bit of shading and a little bit of depth just by using the markers themselves. Is it perfect? No, but I really enjoyed doing it. It didn't take me a lot of time. It was easy on my hands. And once again, no bleed through. So I am really liking using those. And I really enjoyed this book. This is Fairy Tales by Emily Lidahult Oberg. Sorry I didn't mention that. Next up is, these are kind of like project books, the two Emily Lidahall Obergs and this one, The Dragon Spell. So the page we colored this month was this one. And once again, I used a little bit of metallic in this. Now this is not the Lishlinka, or maybe it is. Maybe it is, yeah. No homemade watercolors on this one. So this is just the Lishlinka. And I used Prismacolor. But everything is based in Zig brush markers. Do you see it? Do you see a theme? I am really enjoying these a lot. There's just a touch of ghosting and whatnot on this page because I was far less careful, because I didn't have to be, and because I used watercolor. And sometimes, you know, when you introduce water to a page, you can get a little bleed through. But I like how this one turned out. This isn't my favorite page I've ever done, but I do like it. Okay, let's zoom. Next up is Reptiloids. Now this tiny little coloring book, you can see it's about the size of my hand, is just a delight to color in. I took this on a trip with me with my Avazar London pencils, and you know, I just colored. But I really enjoy that I can play around with color and not have to worry about, you know, they're reptiles. They can be any color, right? But I really enjoy how those were, or I should say I really enjoy coloring in this book. And it is a one-sided book, so you could use any medium, and I enjoy that as well. So that's Reptiloids, and it's by Vasil Sacco. It's from 2019, so it's a little bit older book. There is a Reptiloids 2, which I also have, but haven't worked in yet. So that'll be on the list next, because my goal is to really make a dent in the uncolored books, right? Okay, next up is a buddy color that I did. This is Cute Fairy Tales, Princesses and Fables by Selena Finich. I think this book is so adorable. Now this was a buddy color with the lovely Jodie Moments. I really enjoyed buddying with her, and I will flash up hers here on the screen so you can see her lovely page. I love how they're completely different. Buddy colors are amazing that way. And yet sometimes they're exactly the same. Which brings me to my next buddy color. In Mina Rice of Georgia, Africa, I buddied up with Karen, the Arty Crafter, on YouTube. And we did this page. Mine is a full color along, so I am coloring every page in this book so you can see the full color along. But I'm going to flash hers up right now. And look how similar they are. We chose not to do progress photos, and we didn't talk about a palette or anything. We just said, hey, you want to do this page? And she said, you know, we agreed, and then I sent my page, she sent her page, and they're little twinsies. I love it. Very, very similar. So, anyway, I love that about buddy colors, don't you? And for my final buddy color, I teamed up with Miss Christine, my bestie from Canada, and we did this page for the Tangled, like the was it Tangle Challenge or Rapunzel Challenge, I think. And so we chose this page, and I used Zig brush markers for the entirety of the page with just ever so, just a little bit of shading with Prismacolor, a little bit here and a little bit here on his clothing. But for the most part, it was all done with the Zig brush markers because, you know, in case I didn't tell you before, I really enjoyed them quite a lot. So, so that was that one. And look at her page. I love it. I chose to put a waterfall in there just because I didn't know any better, and she kept hers true to Disney form, and I just think they both came out lovely. So thanks for buddying with me, y'all. I really appreciate it. Now, the last one I'm going to talk about, I technically colored in December, but I didn't get to show you because I was doing a collaboration in, this is Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. And we did a full book collaboration within the community. And this is the pages that I colored. It was a lot. It was a lot. And it was after Christmas, so I was kind of a little bit on the over it side. I used ChromaFlow colored pencils, and I used Pan Pastel in the background. But I really like how it turned out. This was something that I wasn't really... You ever color a page and you didn't have a real clear intention pretty much the entire time you colored it? Some pages I look at and I know what I want them to look like right away. This one was not one of those. So I just kind of started out and I was like, okay, I know I want the gingerbread, kind of a traditional brown. And I didn't do it very, I got some colorful candies up here at the top, but it's a very busy page and I didn't want everything to be too much. So, and then I knew I wanted the candy canes, so then I would color those, and I just kind of methodically went through until it was all done. So, but I do like how it turned out. I especially like the sky. I feel like that really kind of tied the page all together. So yeah, so that was it for January. Okay. Now I'm going to show you my December pages. So hang tight, get a drink, intermission. Hope I didn't leave you waiting too long. Okay, so this was the Advent calendar that I colored in December, and I did each one of these, on each day in December. So that was kind of fun doing that. This was a download that I created so we could all color together. It is available on my Ko-fi shop. Just in case you didn't get enough Christmas. Okay. Next up, I colored two in Fairy Tales and Folklore by Emily Lidahall Oberg. And let's see. So I colored this page. Now, I love how this turned out. This was done with acrylic marker, or not acrylic marker, apologies, acrylic craft paint in the back. And then it was colored with Prisma colored pencils. Now, if you've colored with Prismas, you know they're a little bit of a crummy pencil, meaning, when you color, they leave little crumbs. So I had colored the background first with a mixed acrylic paint, right? So I mixed some black and some blue together and whatnot to get the perfect color. Well, then I had a bunch of baby smears all over, so I had to redo it. Well, then when I tried to just touch it up, I realized that I had made a custom blend. Then I had to create a new custom blend. So long story short, this page has 14,225 layers of paint. I'm just kidding, but oh, it was a labor of love, but I do really like how it turned out. Okay, the next one was this page, and it was a fun little page. And I really enjoyed seeing how everyone else's turned out. I used Neocolor 2s for the background, which I put in. There was no background for this page. And then I used Avazar London for the actual coloring of the elements. Okay? Really enjoyed this book quite a bit. Next up is Color Me Christmas for Kids. This is from, it's the Color Me series. But they do have a Color Me Christmas that's not for kids. I prefer the kids version. I guess that says a lot about me. Anyway, I colored this page, and this is a mix of the Zig brush markers. Boy, you can see a trend, can't you? And some Neocolor 2s. So I think I did all of the brick in the Neocolor 2s, and then all of the actual the Nutcracker guys and all of these little twigs and stuff, or pine boughs and stuff with the Zig brush markers. And then just a little bit of white Posca. But I think it turned out kind of fun. Next up was Maria Trolle's Fairy Tale Worlds, and this was also my Nutcracker for the challenge. I went all in, and I used Neocolor 2s and then a variety of colored pencils, just kind of whatever was in front of me. I know I used some Prisma here, but I think I used some ChromaFlow too. But I think it turned out really cute. And the Neocolor 2s are so fun for backgrounds. Next up is my annual buddy color with my bestie Christine. And we colored this page. This might be one of my favorite pages from last year. There's something about it. It's just clean. I like the color palette. I like how it just, the pages in this book are so adorable. It's hard to mess them up. I'll flash Christine's up here because hers is very similar to mine with a little bit more blue than turquoise, and I just really adore it. We're going to color in it again next year, but we're also going to add Christmas in July. So make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss that. Next up is Best of La Grande Classique. Did you like my French? Let's see. No, I marked it. I did, is this Friar? What? I don't know. I'm so bad. But I did this page, and I used the Langau acrylic markers for this. They're not my favorite for these books. My favorite is the Guana. The Guana. You can see the difference if you look at like here versus here, right? It's and this is multiple layers. These just aren't quite as good for the bigger areas. Now, I did like them in the smaller areas. But that's just something, that's maybe how I color. But, yeah. All right, next up, one of my favorite books, The Grumpy Friends. I did this. Okay, everybody say it with me. What did she use on it? That's right. I used the Zig brush markers entirely. There isn't a single thing colored with anything but Zig brush pens. And this one was done as a tutorial on one of the videos. I think I've done 3 different videos because I did like a review, and then I did talking about them, like how they're different and why you may or may not like them. And I also did this page using just Zig brush markers. But I think that was, I don't think I did this one on camera. And so I did the other one. Somebody asked me to show the technique. So this is actually on Amazon crappy paper. So you can see they definitely bleed through this paper. And you're not going to be able to get like your smooth gradient blends. You're going to get a more stylized blend, which I'm okay with. Sometimes I think that that works very well. And if you haven't seen this book, what are you waiting for? You need to go on my channel and find the flip through. I get the giggles when I watch this, or when I flip through this, and I just find this page or this book so hilarious with their little grumpy faces. Oh, it slays me every time. All right, and then the last one, I thought it'd be fitting to end on Christmas, because that's what December is, right? So I did this one with Holbein, Stickles, and Nouveau Shimmer. Okay, so you can see like in his hat here, and like on the fluffies, you can see that this is the Stickles. The Nouveau Shimmer is more subtle. It's on the snow. So we'll try and catch the invisible glitter. And then, of course, the Holbein colored pencils for the color. But I appreciate you popping in today. There's a link in the description box below for my Facebook group if you want to join us there. There's a link to membership if you want to become a member. Please hit the like button, hit the hype button. If you're on mobile, you get 3 hypes a week. I would love if I could have one of those. But it seems to only work on cell phones. So there's that. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you'd like even more Jazzydoodle and a little more snark, please check out the membership below. If you're looking for a community where you can share your work and chat with other fellow colorists in a safe and welcoming environment, hit the subscribe button to Jazzydoodledesigns and then look for Jazzydoodledesigns Coloring Community on Facebook. And there you can join a group of fellow colorists to talk all things coloring and share cute pet pictures. I hope to see you there. And until next time, happy coloring.